This is American English with Linda, and we're going to talk about the O-U-G-H sounds. This is very hard for beginning English speakers because it has so many different sounds, such as though, thought, through, and then we have A-U-G-H-T, which has the same sound as an O-U-G-H-T. So we're going to look at some of these O-U-G-H words and see if we can make a grouping so that it'll be easier to learn. So just to see how you do at first, let's do this. I'll point at the word and you say it, and then I will say it if it's in dark print. Say that. Although we thought through the tough decision thoroughly, we didn't have enough time to check all the facts. We aren't through checking them yet. We will do a thorough, that R is with the THO, so it's just O-U-G-H-O, thorough investigation. The rough bark of the tree bough scratched my hand. You were taught that if you cough, you ought to cover your mouth. Did you do well on that? Then you're doing much better than most beginner students. That was a hard one. So let's look at groupings. O-U-G-H can make the long O sound in these common words, though, and though is sometimes written although and even though, and it means in contrast to. For instance, two little sentences. Though it is raining, I went out without an umbrella. Now, if it's raining, you should have taken an umbrella. But if you didn't take an umbrella, then that would be a contrasting idea, and it might be although or even though. Then thorough means complete. I checked everything. I didn't leave anything out. Dough is a moist mixture that is not cooked yet, like cookie dough, bread dough, cake dough. Once you cook it, it's not dough anymore. And then we have the O-U-G-H-T. For all of the common words, O-U-G-H-T will be pronounced aught. You drop your jaw down lower than here and put a T on it, aught. Thought, the past tense of think. Sought, the past tense of seek, which means to look for something. Then we have fought, past tense of fight. Bought, the past tense of buy. Brought, the past tense of bring. And ought. Now, ought's a little strange. It is a verb. It sounds sometimes like the past of owe, but we have owed. He owed me money. But it has the idea of obligation anyway, like you should do it. And it's ought. Then we have the O-U-G-H that sounds ooh, like the double O or the long U. We just have one common word to learn. And it takes the though and adds an R, and it becomes through, which means going from the beginning to the end, all the way through, or it means to finish or complete. I am through with the work. So through has those two meanings, and it has an R to make it different from this. Now we're looking at THR and TH. And when it's THR, it's through. When it's just TH, it's though. So those two you need to keep straight, but the R changes the sound. So here is a little sentence that practices the main idea of those. Here we have, though I thought it through, I didn't know the answer. Though, through, thought are all in the sentence. Though I thought it through, I didn't know the answer. That's a good sentence to write down and practice. Now let's look at O-U-G-H for a few times when it's different. Here are 3 common words that have the sound f, like it's an F on the end, f. For common words, these are the only 3 you really need to learn. Tough, which means hard to do or not easily bent if you're trying to move it, or not easily chewed if you're trying to eat it. So tough. Then we have rough. It's not smooth, it's rough, or it's not even, or it's not exact. Then we have enough. No more is needed. I ate this food and it is enough. I have some money and it is enough. I don't need any more. Tough, rough, enough. If you learn those 3, then you've got almost every time you'll use that sound. ough, off. The only common word that says off is cough. Off. Not but off. Cough. A choking noise to clear your throat. That's a cough. You hear the F from the GH. Then this one word here is the only common one, bow. Sounds ow, like in how, now, cow, bow. And it's not B-O-W. That's a different meaning. B-O-U-G-H is the limb or branch of a tree or a bush. Bow. So the 6 words that are different from the top 2 groups are through, tough, rough, and enough, cough, and bow. So here are 3 sentences to give you those 6 unique words. Learn those 3 sentences. If you learn those 6 sentences, you will have the words that are unique or different from the rule at the top. It was tough to eat and it made me cough. I slept through the night long enough. I don't need any more sleep. The bough of the tree felt rough. If you practice those 3 sentences, you'll have those 6 words. And then plus, if you have these learned for O and these learned for ought, you'll have almost everything you will need to say using those letters. But let's look at some more sentences to practice. Though I didn't know what to do at first, I thought it through carefully. Although I waited for 3 hours, the bus never came. Even though I took all the medicine, it wasn't enough. That's one of our 6 words. I still had a cough. That's one of our 6 words. The blue ones and the red ones, the ones we can kind of use as a rule, but then these are the ones that are unique and don't follow the rule. It was tough. That's one of our 6 words. It was a tough decision, but I had done a thorough evaluation. My rough, it's one of the 6 words. My rough estimate is not exact. My rough estimate is that it will take 5 years to get through it from beginning to end. Now, it might take a little more or a little less, so my rough estimate is 5 years. The strong winds broke the boughs of the trees. We walked through, from one end to the other, the tunnel, but the ground was rough. That's one of our 6 words, and rocky. She is through, remember the R added to though becomes through. That's one of our 6 words. She is through washing the dishes after cooking the dough. That's same as up here. To make bread. And then we have O-U-G-H-T, which sounds ought. Drop your jaw more and put a T on it. We thought about what to do. We sought a solution to the disagreement. He brought the tools he had just bought to fix the roof. He ought to finish soon. Now this is an R, but it's got a T on it. So it's going to be ought. The T makes it ought. What about AUGH and AUGHT? Well, all of the common words, AUGHT is going to sound the same as OUGHT, as in thought. So we have daughter, your girl child, caught, the past tense of catch, taught, the past tense of teach, slaughter, it means to kill, naughty, it's being a little bit bad behavior, but not terribly bad. Haughty is acting like you think you are better than others. And then we have the one that doesn't have the T, and for our normal common words, there's only one we need to learn. Laugh. A person's happy sound when something is funny. Ha 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 ha. Laugh. Aff. You hear the F? If you learn laugh, and it's one of their unusual words there, you'll have that one. Sample sentences to practice that. I taught my naughty daughter a funny song and she laughed. They caught the wild hogs and slaughtered them. He was so haughty about knowing more than others that no one liked him. Now, if you want to use this, these are all of the sentences in one place. I'm going to read through them, and you can just do this one page if you want. You get all of the sentences together. Pay attention to the dark words, the bolded words. Number 1, although we thought through the tough decision thoroughly, we didn't have enough time to check all the facts. Although, thought, through, tough, thoroughly, enough. Number 2, we aren't through checking them yet. We will do a thorough investigation. I broke that up a little more. Thorough investigation. Through, thorough. Number 3, the rough bark of the tree bough scratched my hand. Rough bough. Number 4, you were taught that if you cough, you ought to cover your mouth. Taught, cough, ought. Number 5, though I thought it through, I didn't know the answer. Though, thought, through. Number 6, it was tough to eat and it made me cough. Tough, cough. Number 7, I slept through the night long enough. Through, enough. Number 8, the bough of the tree felt rough. Bough, rough. Number 9, though I didn't know what to do at first, I thought it through carefully. Though, thought, through. Number 10, although I waited for 3 hours, the bus never came. Although. Number 11, even though I took all the medicine, it wasn't enough. I still had a cough. Though, enough, cough. Number 12, it was a tough decision, but I had done a thorough evaluation. Tough, thorough. Number 13, my rough estimate is that it will take 5 years to get through it. Rough, through. Number 14, the strong winds broke the boughs of the trees. Boughs. Number 15, we walked through the tunnel, but the ground was rough and rocky. Through, rough. Number 16, she is through washing the dishes after cooking the dough to make bread. Through dough. Number 17, we fought about what to do. We sought a solution to the disagreement. Fought, sought. Number 18, he brought the tools he had just bought to fix the roof. He ought to finish soon. Brought, bought, ought. Number 19, I taught my naughty daughter a funny song and she laughed. Taught, naughty, daughter, laughed. Number 20, they caught the wild hogs and slaughtered them. Caught, slaughtered. Number 21, he was so haughty about knowing more than others that no one liked him. Haughty. I hope that helps you with the OUGH. Let me know what you think.